What if I told you that everything you've been taught about manifestation has been keeping you trapped in limitation? What if the very techniques you've been using to create abundance are actually creating more lack? Stop for a moment and feel this truth resonating in your body. There's a reason you clicked on this video today. There's a reason your soul is calling you towards something greater. Because deep down you know there's a quantum field of infinite possibilities waiting for you to step into it. But here's what nobody tells you about this field. It's not accessed through wishful thinking or positive affirmations repeated 1,000 times. It's accessed through a precise understanding of how consciousness itself shapes reality at the quantum level. And today you're going to discover the exact vibrational frequency that unlocks this field, allowing you to manifest from a place of pure creative power rather than desperate need. I want you to imagine your current reality as a radio station. Right now, you're tuned into a frequency that's broadcasting limitation, struggle, and unfulfilled desires, but there are infinite other stations available to you. Stations broadcasting abundance, love, perfect health, and purpose-driven success. The question isn't whether these stations exist, they absolutely do. The question is, do you know how to tune your consciousness to receive them? What you're about to learn comes from decades of research in quantum physics, neuroscience, and consciousness studies. Scientists like Dr. Dispenza have proven that when we change our internal state, we literally change our external reality. But there's a specific sequence, a precise vibrational protocol that most people never discover. And without this protocol, you remain stuck in what quantum physicists call the observer effect, where you're unconsciously creating more of what you don't want. Think about your life right now. What patterns keep repeating? What dreams keep feeling just out of reach? These aren't accidents or bad luck. These are the direct result of your current vibrational frequency broadcasting into the quantum field. But the moment you understand how to consciously shift this frequency, everything changes. And I mean everything. The first thing you must understand is that reality itself is not solid. What appears to be solid matter is actually 99.99% empty space, vibrating energy in constant motion. The chair you're sitting on, the device you're watching this on, even your own body, all of this is energy vibrating at different frequencies. And here's the profound truth. Your consciousness is the conductor of this energetic orchestra. When ancient spiritual teachers spoke of oneness, they weren't speaking metaphorically. They were describing what quantum physics now proves. Everything in the universe is interconnected through what scientists call the zero-point field. This field contains infinite potential. Every possible reality exists here in quantum superposition, waiting for consciousness to collapse it into physical experience. But here's where most people get lost. They try to manifest from their current identity, from their current emotional state, from their current level of consciousness. This is like trying to tune into a different radio station while keeping your dial locked in the same position. You can want change all you want, but you're still broadcasting the same frequency that created your current reality. Dr. Dispenza's research at the HeartMath Institute and other leading neuroscience centers has revealed something extraordinary. When people enter elevated emotional states combined with clear intention, their brainwaves shift into coherent patterns that match the frequency of their desired reality. In these states, participants have experienced profound transformations, chronic illnesses resolving, depression lifting permanently, and financial breakthroughs occurring within days. But these weren't miracles in the traditional sense. These were natural results of aligning consciousness with the vibrational frequency of the desired outcome. When your heart and mind achieve coherence, when you feel the emotion of your wish fulfilled before it manifests physically, you become a vibrational match for that reality in the quantum field. Now let me share something that will fundamentally change how you understand manifestation. In Dr. Dispenza's documented research studies, there was a participant who had been struggling with financial limitation for over a decade. She had tried every manifestation technique imaginable: affirmations, vision boards, gratitude practices, meditation retreats. Nothing created lasting change. Then she learned something that shifted everything in her reality. She discovered that she had been trying to manifest abundance while unconsciously feeling the emotion of lack. Every time she visualized money, Her nervous system registered the absence of it. Every time she affirmed prosperity, her cellular memory carried the vibration of scarcity. She was essentially asking the universe for lack while hoping for abundance. The quantum field was responding perfectly to her actual energetic broadcast, not her mental intentions. The breakthrough came when she learned to feel abundant at the cellular level before any external change occurred. Not positive thinking, not fake optimism, but genuine somatic abundance. She began to embody the nervous system state of the version of herself who already had everything she desired. Her brainwave patterns shifted, her heart rhythm coherence increased, and within 6 weeks opportunities began flowing that led to a complete financial transformation. This is the power of quantum manifestation. You're not trying to get something you don't have. You're aligning with a version of reality where you already possess it. You're not becoming abundant. You're recognizing the abundance that already exists in the quantum field and allowing it to collapse into your three-dimensional experience. But this requires a fundamental shift in how you relate to time and space. In the quantum field, all possibilities exist simultaneously in what physicists call superposition. The version of you living your dream life exists right now as a quantum probability. The challenge is that your current programming, your familiar emotions and thought patterns, keep you locked into observing only one narrow band of possible realities. Neuroscience shows us that by age 35, 95% of who we are becomes a set of automatic programs, subconscious habits, and emotional reactions running below conscious awareness. We wake up, remember who we are through our familiar memories, and unconsciously recreate the same predictable reality day after day. This is why most people's lives don't significantly change year after year. They're running the same internal software that produces the same external results. Breaking free from this automatic existence requires what I call quantum leaping. Instead of trying to gradually improve your circumstances through willpower and effort, you make a vibrational jump directly into the frequency of your desired reality. This isn't about working harder or maintaining positive thoughts. This is about becoming energetically identical to the version of you who already lives that reality. The process begins with understanding that your emotions are your navigation system in the quantum field. Every emotion carries a specific electromagnetic signature that attracts matching experiences. Fear attracts fearful situations through resonant frequency. Love attracts loving experiences through vibrational alignment. Gratitude attracts more experiences that generate gratitude. But here's the crucial understanding. You must generate these elevated emotions from within, independent of external circumstances. When you feel joy without needing a reason, you're broadcasting joy into the quantum field. When you feel abundant before seeing abundance in your bank account, you're aligning with the frequency of prosperity. This might sound backwards to your logical mind, but quantum physics proves that the observer effect changes reality. You must become the observer of abundance to experience abundant reality. This is where most manifestation teachings fall short. They focus primarily on the mental level, trying to think their way into a new reality. But lasting transformation happens at the cellular level, in your nervous system, in your energetic field. Your body must believe in your new reality before your mind can sustain it long-term. Dr. Dispenza's extensive research demonstrates that when people practice elevated emotions daily, their genetic expression begins to change within weeks. Genes associated with stress and disease become suppressed, while genes associated with health and vitality become activated. You're literally rewiring your biology to match your desired frequency signature. But this process requires tremendous coherence between your thoughts, emotions, and actions. You cannot think abundance, feel lack, and act from scarcity and expect coherent results from the quantum field. Every aspect of your being must align with the vibrational signature of your intended reality. This is why partial commitment produces partial results. Imagine your consciousness as a radio transmitter broadcasting into the quantum field 24 hours a day. Most people are unconsciously broadcasting static, a jumbled mix of conflicting frequencies. They think about success while feeling like failures. They visualize love while carrying the emotional signature of rejection. They affirm abundance while their nervous system remains locked in survival mode. This creates interference patterns in the quantum field that prevent clear manifestation. But when you achieve coherence, when every level of your being broadcasts the same frequency, you become like a laser focused on a single point. A laser is simply coherent light, all photons moving in the same direction with the same frequency. That coherence gives it the power to cut through steel. Your coherent consciousness has the same focused power to cut through the illusion of limitation and manifest your desired reality. Let me guide you through what this looks like in practical application. When you wake up tomorrow morning, instead of immediately checking your phone and downloading the familiar emotions of your conditioned self, you pause in conscious awareness. You ask yourself a different question. Who do I choose to be today? Not what you want to have, but who you want to become. If your desired reality includes financial freedom, you ask yourself specifically, how does the financially free version of me think moment to moment? How do they feel in their body? How do they move through the world? What is their relationship with money, time, and opportunity? You begin to embody these qualities energetically before you see any external evidence. This isn't pretending or positive thinking. This is recognizing that the financially free version of you already exists in the quantum field as a possibility, and you're choosing to align with that frequency consciously. As you move through your day, you maintain this elevated state regardless of external circumstances. When challenges arise, instead of dropping back into familiar stress patterns and victim consciousness, you ask, how would my evolved future self handle this situation? You respond from the wisdom and peace of your quantum self rather than reacting from your conditioned historical patterns. This practice rewires your neural pathways over time through neuroplasticity. What once required tremendous conscious effort becomes automatic. The elevated emotions that once felt foreign and unsustainable become your natural baseline state. And as your internal frequency stabilizes consistently at this higher level, the quantum field begins reflecting back experiences that match this new vibrational broadcast. Think of this process like tuning a musical instrument. At first, the strings are out of tune, creating discord. But as you gradually adjust each string, bringing them into harmony, beautiful music becomes possible. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions are like these strings. When they're all tuned to the same frequency of your desired reality, your life becomes a symphony of manifestation. But here's what most people don't realize about this tuning process. It requires you to become comfortable with the unknown. Your current reality, even if you don't like it, feels familiar and therefore safe to your unconscious mind. Stepping into your quantum potential means releasing the need to know exactly how everything will unfold. It means trusting the intelligence of the field to orchestrate synchronicities and opportunities that your logical mind could never predict. But here's something crucial that most people miss entirely. The quantum field responds to authenticity, not performance. You cannot fool the universe with surface-level changes or mental manipulation. Your cellular vibration, your nervous system state, your subconscious beliefs, all of these must align authentically with your conscious intentions. This is why superficial manifestation techniques often fail or produce temporary results that collapse. They're trying to change the outside while the inside remains fundamentally unchanged. But when you transform at the deepest levels of your being, when you literally become a different person energetically, the external world has no choice but to rearrange itself to match your new frequency signature. The science behind this is profoundly elegant. Quantum entanglement demonstrates that particles that have interacted remain connected regardless of physical distance. Your consciousness has interacted with every possibility in the quantum field, meaning you're already quantumly entangled with your desired reality. The question is whether you're consciously activating this connection or unconsciously resisting it through familiar limitations. Here's something that will blow your mind. Einstein called quantum entanglement spooky action at a distance, because when one entangled particle is affected, its partner instantly responds, no matter how far apart they are. This instantaneous connection transcends space and time. Your consciousness operates on this same quantum principle. When you truly align with a possibility in the quantum field, The manifestation can appear instantaneously because the connection already exists outside of linear time. This is why some manifestations seem to happen overnight, while others take years. It's not about worthiness or spiritual advancement. It's about the degree of quantum entanglement activation, when your entire being becomes entangled with the desired outcome. When every cell in your body believes in its reality, the manifestation collapses from possibility into experience with breathtaking speed. When you align your frequency authentically with your desired outcome, you're not creating something new out of nothing. You're activating a quantum entanglement that already exists in the field of infinite possibility. You're choosing to observe a reality that was always available to you. This is why manifestation can happen instantaneously when the vibrational alignment is complete and coherent. In documented cases from research centers worldwide, people have manifested extraordinary transformations, dream relationships appearing within days of achieving authentic alignment, not because they became more attractive externally, but because they began broadcasting the genuine frequency of love and self-worth. The quantum field responded by presenting them with experiences that matched this elevated vibration. Others have experienced financial breakthroughs that seemed to come from nowhere, but they came from the quantum field of infinite possibility, activated by consciousness aligned authentically with abundance. Opportunities that were always present in the field suddenly became visible to their awareness. This is the power of living from the quantum field rather than from conditioned three-dimensional reality. Instead of trying to manipulate circumstances through force and effort, you align with the frequency of your desired experience and allow circumstances to reorganize themselves naturally around this new vibrational signature. But this process requires you to release attachment to how your manifestation will unfold in form. The quantum field contains infinite pathways to your desired outcome, most of which your logical mind could never imagine or plan. When you become attached to specific methods, timing, or people, you actually limit the field's ability to deliver through the most perfect and elegant pathway. Trust becomes essential at this level of creation. Not blind faith or wishful thinking, but quantum trust based on understanding how consciousness creates reality through well-documented scientific principles. You plant the seed of clear intention in elevated emotion, tend it with consistent vibrational alignment, and trust the field to orchestrate the perfect unfoldment. Your role is not to control the how through mental effort. Your role is to maintain the frequency of the wish fulfilled. As you continue this practice with consistency and authenticity, something beautiful begins to happen in your daily experience. You start to live in constant communion with infinite possibility. Problems become opportunities for creative solutions. Challenges become invitations to access higher levels of consciousness. This shift in perception changes everything about how you experience life. Instead of feeling like you're struggling against a resistant universe, you feel supported by an intelligent field that wants to express itself through your unique desires and gifts. You become a conscious co-creator with the fundamental creative force of existence itself. The life you've been dreaming of isn't somewhere in the future, waiting for you to become worthy of it. It exists right now in the quantum field of infinite possibilities as a completed reality. Every breath you take is an opportunity to align with this reality vibrationally. What's required now is a fundamental decision, a decision to stop living from memory and start living from possibility, a decision to release familiar limitations and embrace unknown potential. Your dreams aren't too big for this universe. This universe is infinite in scope and creative potential, and you are a unique expression of its infinite creative power. Take a deep breath right now and feel this truth resonating in every cell of your body. You are not separate from the creative force of existence. You are that force expressing itself as your unique life experience. And from this recognition, miracles become natural, manifestation becomes effortless, and life becomes the extraordinary adventure it was always meant to be. The quantum field of infinite possibilities is calling your name right now. And as you sit here in this moment, feeling this truth resonate through every fiber of your being, you're already beginning the transformation. Your consciousness is already expanding to receive the frequencies you've been seeking. Right now, take a moment to feel into your heart center. Feel the electromagnetic field of your heart. expanding beyond the boundaries of your physical body. This is your connection to the quantum field. This is your direct line to infinite possibility. And in this very moment, as you breathe consciously and feel into this truth, you're already shifting your vibrational signature. Notice how different you feel now compared to when you first started watching this video. Something has shifted, hasn't it? That shift is real, it's measurable. It's the beginning of your quantum transformation. Because true change doesn't happen in the future when you finally get your life together. True change happens in the present moment when you align with the frequency of what you desire. The version of you that lives your dream life isn't waiting somewhere in the future. They exist right now, in this moment, in the quantum field. And every time you choose elevated emotions over familiar limitations, every time you respond from possibility rather than react from memory, you're becoming that version of yourself. This is your invitation to step fully into that quantum identity right now. Not tomorrow, not when circumstances change, but in this sacred moment of recognition. Feel the truth of your infinite creative power. Feel the abundance that already exists within you. Feel the love that you are, not the love you hope to receive. Your journey into the quantum field begins now. Your transformation into the creator of your reality starts with this breath, this choice, this moment of conscious alignment. The only question that remains is, are you ready to answer this call and step into the magnificent life you came here to live? Because I promise you that life is ready for you right now.